problem. The disciples could not remember that Jesus was with them. And that was why they were lamenting, crying. The moment you focus on Jesus, not the size of the problem, not the size. By the way, I saw a man going to enter lagoon in Lagos to drown himself. When they asked him, he said, I was owing. I owe a lot. I owe a lot. Because all his focus was the money he was owing people. He could not focus to the God who can provide and make him to pay all the debts he was owing. Number two, trust in God's plan, even when it does not make sense. Trust in God's plan, even when it does not make sense. Even when it does not make sense. Even as I'm here prophesying to people, some of us did not even believe. We don't believe that such a thing can happen. Why? Because all our attention is in the big problem. I remember when they sent us out from the house, and I told Papa, I said, because of this insult, you'll be a landlord in Cross River. He laughed. We don't even have money to pay for the other rent. And you're talking about being a landlord. We are not even sure of where to sleep that night. And you're talking about landlord. Because he said, know the thought I have for you is a thought of good, not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. God cannot bring you out and to stop you on halfway. Every of God's plan in your life is to bring you to an expected end. Number 3, invest in prayers, fasting, and praise. It happens to Paul and Silas. The Bible said they wake up that midnight and pray. After they finish praying, they enter praises. And the storm was staying. And so prayer and fasting and praise is a spiritual master key to unlock doors to answers. Number 4 is faith in God. Knowing God as ever-present helper. What do you think that would have happened if God did not answer? If the fourth man did not appear in that fire where Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was? What do you think that would have happened to these 3 young men? When your faith is strong in God, knowing who is beside you, knowing the kind of God you're serving, knowing that God is ever-present help in times of need, knowing that God is able to solve your problem, knowing that God is able to change your life, knowing that there is nothing too hard for him to do. The moment the disciples recognize him, the moment they recognize him, the moment they recognize the capability and capacity of God, the moment they recognize that God is all-sufficient, all-knowing, all-powerful, the moment they recognize that he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world, their problem solved. Our problem is that sometimes we think we can carry it alone. We think we can solve the problem by our brain. Let me tell you, that is why it's too difficult for people that are too intelligent to serve God well. Because their intelligence will not know to know the spiritual things. They follow God with their brain. Faith in God will help you overcome the storms of life. Seek God's plans and guidance and follow them. And follow them. And you see God doing wonders in your life. Our problem is that we don't know who is